Hi, Noel. It's been a great summer, and Monday is back to school. So, in life, we get these artificial reset buttons, as you call them. It's back to school, or your birthday, or New Year's. What advice do you have for not just parents, but for kids going back to school now?
Sure. So Sabrina, I think you mentioned it perfectly, and that is that we get this artificial reset button, if you want to call it that. I know oftentimes when we plan as adults, we're always looking for that moment or the event that kind of brings us back into focus and says, hey, this is a great time to start something. Think of like a New Year's resolution, right? Everyone comes out of the holidays and immediately they're thinking, I want to lose weight. I want to get fit or get in better shape. And so I'm going to change my diet completely and start the new year off right. And I think we look to these events because we don't generally take the time to plan for ourselves. We focus on our work, we focus on others. But when it comes to ourselves, I think sometimes we take for granted what we actually need. So my contention is now that our kids, if you don't have kids, you can use the event of kids going back to school as an event in your life to start readdressing your goal planning, or maybe for the first time during the course of the year, addressing goal planning. And that's putting together a list of some of the things that perhaps you want to achieve by the end of the year. And certainly it doesn't have to be by the end of the year. It could be some future date. It could be a month out, a week out, whatever it may be. But to begin that process, and this is a great opportunity, the back to school and utilizing that as an event.
I'm ready for that. It's been a phenomenal summer that, our family have, we've had, but I'll tell you, I'm ready for a routine. And I've been saying that for the last 2 weeks. Physically, I have not been working out as consistently as I've wanted to. And that affects me mentally. I work great when I'm in a routine and a constant pattern, going to sleep early, waking up early, and I'm ready for that. I can't
Absolutely.
imagine I'm the only one out there
Yeah.
feeling this way.
Serena, I think the routine that you keep discussing, I think for a lot of people, having a sense of routine allows them to be successful in goal planning. And I think routine is the foundation of what you'll need to meet maybe different objectives to reaching your goals. So it's perfectly acceptable. I hear all the time like, oh, I'm always in a routine. It's so mundane. I'm bored and this, that, and the other. That may be true. And there may be other facets of life that maybe you need to address to make life a little bit more exciting. But the concept of routine, I think, in place is ideal to achieve success and to meet some of the goals that you may set up for yourself. So it's
So,
not a bad thing.
no, I think it's a great thing. And I think it's a great thing to teach our kids. So, teaching them that, this artificial reset is a good thing. And it's time to create new goals in our 5 spheres. And if you can reiterate what those are.
Sure. So we've got our physical sphere, which I oftentimes you'll hear me say that I think it's sort of like the underpinning of success in all of your other spheres. So you've got the physical sphere, which includes your physical health, supplements that you may be taking, medications that you may be taking, your doctor visits, all that good stuff. Then you've got your mental sphere, anything that's happening in your head, if you want to call it that. This could also include your spirituality, whether you follow a popular religion or you have your own sort of way of life that you follow. Spirituality certainly falls into that category, and making sure that mentally you're sound. And then of course you have your financial, your social, and your educational spheres. All of those areas equally as important as anything else. But I've always said this too, when you are physically well, Sabrina, you are more likely to tackle the other challenges and issues, if you want to call them that, in your other spheres. So absolutely.
As you were going through each sphere, I was thinking about our 10-year-old daughter and what to practice with her, even at this age, so that as she gets older, she already has those habits in her. And so, physical, I was thinking, okay, she's going back to school. She has PE there, but she also just started club soccer this week. Mental would be waking up early and maybe starting these breathing exercises that we said at the end of last school year that she was going to start doing. We want to make those things a habit, like brushing your teeth.
Uh-huh.
And then I was so focused on that, I didn't think of one for financial, social, and educational. But I mean, I guess social, she's going back. She's going to be with all her friends, which she loves to do. And educational, I mean, fifth grade, right? Let's focus.
Absolutely.
Let's work on working hard and having good study habits. So
Absolutely.
just thinking of all that, not just for us, but for our kids as well, and teaching them these good lifestyle habits.
Yep. And Sabrina, too, this is, as we're talking about ourselves, perhaps goal planning, this is a great time to introduce the concept of goal planning to your kids. If you've not done that before, it's a great opportunity to talk to them about the things that they want to achieve. For example, Naima is a 10-year-old girl now, and undoubtedly she has things that she wants to do. Whether she sees those as goals necessarily is something that we can help her structure so that she understands that, hey, if I want to get somewhere, I need to plan for that success to get there. And so if we're goal planning as adults, what a great time to work and collectively be with our children and teach them about goal planning as well. And this is a great time for that for sure.
I also think with goal planning, we'll be able to teach them that if you don't hit that goal, that marker, that's
Mhm.
okay. Let's adjust what we did to try to get there and try again.
Sure. Ultimate success, you can define it certainly. And that's another important thing I want to point out too. When you are goal planning, you want to make sure that these goals are things that you can actually obtain and that they're measurable and that
Realistic.
exactly like, hey, I want to feel better, look better. Well, that's great. And I support all those things, but you want to have definitive goals that you can achieve. So, for example, if someone is talking about losing weight, we don't say, oh, I want to be slimmer. You want to say, hey, I want to maybe gain 5 pounds of muscle and lose 6 pounds of fat. Something along those. I want to fit into a certain size,
Right.
something that you can measure, and it's a goal that's actually obtainable rather than maybe something that's not or you
Yeah,
can't
like a
quantify.
teenager saying, this year maybe it's important to them to be popular. Well,
Mhm. Right.
you can't measure
Right.
that. So
You could
let's
say, I want to make 5 new friends, or I want to
exactly.
join a social club or be
Right.
involved in some extracurricular activity, something like
Right.
that. Mhm.
Okay, so it's back to school.
Yeah.
It's a artificial reset, but it could be a great one. So time to goal plan for ourselves and for children, whether you have kids or not. Use this as a reset time, anytime that's important to you, and make it measurable. Anything else you think we should add?
I think that's it. And always remember to have fun along the way. Make it something that if you're doing it as a family or even for yourself, you're not putting too much stress on yourself. Make the goals realistic. Enjoy it. Try to find some peace when you're structuring some of these goals that you're making. Always, we have great resources on our website as well as our app. I encourage you to use the Five Spheres of Fit app, which is a great opportunity to journal and goal plan and set reminders and all that good stuff. So have fun with it.
I love it, and happy back to school, everyone. Bye.
Good luck.